We bought this Ranger for $500, and after putting $100,000 into it, we're almost ready to race it 500 miles through the Mexican desert in the Nora 500. We fabricated a completely new suspension system. We upgraded the wheels, the tires, and the brakes. Then we installed a brand new LSX engine. We completely revamped the interior with some racing buckets, harnesses, communication, and navigation systems. For the finishing touches, we installed some KC lights and off-road racing body kit, and then finished it with this new wrap. But is that enough to get us through 500 treacherous miles of the Mexican desert in the Nora 500?
Today, we're doing all the finishing touches to get this truck ready for race day. Then, we're gonna take it out to the desert to dial in our suspension and make sure this Ranger can cross the finish line. Oh, here we go. This right here is James. He's a volunteer tech inspector for Nora. He's gonna give our truck a once-over and make sure that our truck abides by the rule books, is safe, and desert-worthy.
Get it to the finish is the goal.
That's right.
Our first hurdle is passing tech inspection. Your safety nets, your 5-point harness, your fuel cell, all your check valves.
Tech inspection is super duper common in racing. No matter what organization you're racing with, no matter what discipline, when you're building a new race car like we are, a fresh car, have a tech inspector from an organization that you're gonna be racing with come out, check it out, make sure that you're compliant.
Always protect your coils. Let's say you guys go through a saltwater crossing or a mud crossing, you turn or something, it's gonna spray mud and conductive water all over that coil pack.
James has got a lot of experience, got a lot of tricks, got a lot of know-how, and I think he's gonna help us get there.
Loose hoses, loose cables, loose wiring, anything you can rattle with your hand, that's gonna eventually scar the hose or scar the electrical, and that can put you out.
We're gonna have it tech inspected yet again when we're in Ensenada, but it's always a good idea to have it inspected beforehand, months before your event. Make sure that when you get down there, you're ready to go and you don't waste a bunch of time hunting down parts, having to do a bunch of work.
This is gonna be your biggest battle racing this truck, are these leaf springs.
Really?
Take care of them. And maybe carry a spare in your chase truck.
Oh, really?
Possibly,
okay.
yeah.
That's a good thing too. One of the things that we need to figure out is also, what spares to bring. So spare leaf springs, that's a whole nother list. Radiator, friggin' hoses, fuel lines.
There's a lot more stuff in the truck that James suggests we also have besides just being rule compliant, including snacks, literally duct taping like power bars and Cliff Bars to your doors. So you have fuel not only for the car, but for yourself. I want to be as safe as possible, and I also want to finish the race.
Take 5 lug nuts, put them on a zip tie, put them on your cage. Sometimes I spray paint them yellow, because what can happen is you're in silt, that's farm silt, that gets 2-3 feet deep, and it's just like talcum powder. If you zip your lug nuts off and you drop them,
they're gone.
You're gonna be looking for those things for 20 minutes.
It's that thin, that silt?
Oh yeah, it's just like baby powder.
And it's that deep? Do you guys get stuck in that often?
Oh yeah, in this truck, avoid those ruts at all cost. Like if you gotta go through some bushes and cactus, go that route.
Jesus Christ.
Because the differential.
It's not like quicksand though, like we can't die in there, can we?
You better be a good swimmer.
Jesus.
No, I'm kidding, you can't die.
With all that said, we got a bunch of stuff to do, so let's get started, shall we? James expressed concerns about the coil packs. Just found some tin laying in the corner. I don't know where this came from. It's very thin and flimsy. Thinking I'm just gonna use these little nuts right here to hold this guy on. I'll put a rivet here just to hold that position, but I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest. Went from fenders last video, now I'm bending, shaping metal. Look, no rocks are gonna hit the coils. It looks like I know, but hey, I'm trying here, okay?
Hankook Tires loves pushing the limits, so today I'm gonna set the record for the world's longest skid mark. I'm gonna make a skid mark all the way from Donut to New York City. And the best part, I'm gonna do it using a single set of Dynapro AT2 Extremes.
We are a go for longest skid mark. On you, James, on you.
These bad puppies have unrivaled longevity and are backed by a 70,000-mile treadwear warranty.
James, careful, you're heading off-road.
Guys, relax. The AT2 Extremes have multi-directional grooves and sights for better traction across any terrain.
What do you suppose that was?
They're designed for enhanced movement, drivability, and reduced road noise.
Yo, utilize the feature, my guy.
I'm on a mission.
Yes.
I did it! And it's all thanks to my Kane Cook Dynapro AT2 Extremes. If you want a set of tires that can go the distance, hit the link below. All right, time to go home. Toodaloo!
Core support for the radiator needs to be a little bit more secure to avoid cracks in the really thin metal that the chassis is made of. So I'm going to weld the core support to the fender support, and that'll make it a little bit more rigid. Keep that radiator from shaking around when we're going over those nasty whoops down there. It sounds like it's gonna be a lot more rough down there than our usual California City Trophy Truck Donut Drome test ground that we usually run at. This is untamed wilderness that we're gonna be riding through. I mean, this thing's tough for sure, but we have a ways to go before it's tough enough for this race. About to flash, guys.
Mind the flash.
It's been a while since I've welded, about 10 years. You know what? Oh,
That's pretty in there, dude.
yeah, but now the weak point is back here.
Just don't hit anything.
Dude, do that again, watch. Look, we can all be willing to learn and make mistakes and not be afraid to. And I think I made some mistakes here in terms of my welding. There's some pretty big globs holding them in, not gonna lie. But you know what? I'm happy.
You did great, buddy.
Don't look in there, don't look in, oh God. Look over and this side's better. This side's better. Please, please, please.
Last time you saw this truck, we got everything wired up to drive it and test it technically, but it's a bit of a rat's nest under the dashboard, and we brought in Aaron Parker, my buddy, my love.
I'm a little bit worried. This is going to be very difficult to manage.
A lot of wires.
Rattling wires and rattling hoses was like a huge thing that he was talking about, warning us about, and that's what is exclusively in this cab right now. It's just, I'm stressing out looking at it.
There is a jumble of wires everywhere, and I'm trying to consolidate, unpin, depin, reroute, sometimes cutting, redoing the wire when needed, and then move forward to the next thing, because there's a ton of things that need to get done on this truck, and we really don't have that much time.
All right, so these are our racing helmets. They are already wired up for comms thanks to PCI, and also ready to go for the PCI Radio's Race Air Clean Air system. So what that is doing is essentially pulling in clean air inside the cab so that we're not breathing in all that crazy dust and stuff while we're driving through the Baja. We don't have a windshield, right? We don't have a dust screen or anything. It's all gonna be flying right at us, and these helmets are gonna keep us safe and make sure we're ready for the long haul. The tube connects from this filtered air box all the way to our helmets, and then we get to breathe in fresh, awesome air. What I need to do is find somewhere inside the cab for this pump and filter to go, and then it needs to be wired up to a switch. Everything's ready to go, plug and play.
Bruh.
There you go, buddy. So we got our fancy new helmets with our clean air system and our microphones. So we're gonna do a quick test. Whoa, these smell like chemicals.
That is potent. Stings in the nostrils.
Yeah. Let's see if our fresh air, cool air system will fix that.
Give me full volume.
Hello, Adam.
Oh, dude, that's so much better than the last one. That's good.
Let's hit a trail.
Fresh air system. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh. That's
Whoa.
sick.
I feel it on my eyes.
It's like air conditioning.
Yeah.
This is sick.
It'll unfog the visor too.
Oh, dude, I'll be right back.
This is so comfortable.
And I can still hear you. We should just hang out like this.
I think so.
This is gonna be great for the desert. Living in luxury.
One other job we have to do today is put the headers and fleet exhaust system back on. You know, we had the funky out the front bullhorn. Looked like El Toro, the monster truck a little bit. Obviously, that's not what we're gonna do. Don't want that exhaust spraying in our face for 8 hours.
Yeah.
So Borla hooked us up with a custom set of headers, which is super sick. These are super nice.
We grew up a little bit.
Yeah, I think this will be much, much nicer.
I think you're gonna have to feed it through the top, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's not how you do that. Careful not to scratch the...
Come through
Maybe
like
at a steeper angle.
Steeper angle, yeah. So now that we have the headers installed, we can install the second back half of our exhaust system. And this is our 3-inch pipe to our resonator. So if you look down this sucker, you can see it's got a couple of cores in there. And this is kind of like a musical instrument. As exhaust gases flow through here, they're also producing sound waves. This resonator tunes those sound waves. Some of the sounds that we don't want are pulled out, and the ones that we do like are amplified. So we're gonna get this put on, get our truck sounding sick. Let me get up under here, bench press this.
Okay, there you go.
Keep going.
Yep. Oh wow, that fits up so nice.
We can go check something off the list. Exhaust and headers installed. Let's go.
Currently with the truck, we have no indicator as to how much fuel is in the gas tank, which is kind of useful information. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to get into the dash to see if I can set that up. There's a little bit of learning to do because all these little programs are different from different manufacturers, but I kind of found my way around it. Most fuel level sensors are built the same. There's a little float inside this tube, and as you fill the gas, it rises, and then whatever it reads in that range, it displays onto the dash as a certain fuel percentage. So I just got the dash to display our fuel level. If I turn this upside down, it should basically say that this thing is full. And as you can hear, the float hits the top right there. And if I flip it over, it should be 0 or no gas. So right now, looks like, yep, 2%, 98%. It's good enough for me. I think it works.
I've been tasked with installing the window net, a critical piece of safety equipment, keeps your arms from flying out the window in the event of a rollover. That means more welding. I'm fine with that. I'm really stoked. This will be the first car we have with a window net.
So the plan is pretty simple. Flat bar stock, that's gonna get mounted here at the bottom. This is basically its permanent place. And then the top bar up here, this is the one that is adjustable to be able to take on and off. It's got a latch on there. Look at this little guy, push on and off. You need to take it off or you need to wave at somebody, just off and it lives like that.
Some of you real race car guys out there might be like, hey man, that needs to go on the roll cage itself. Be a lot easier to install it that way, I guarantee you. But our door bar is diagonal. It's not conducive for installing a window hoop. And honestly, I'm glad our door bar is diagonal because otherwise it'd be a real pain in the ass to get in and out of this thing, especially in the event of an accident. And the rules say that we can attach it to the door itself. What will end up happening is make room for the tabs and the bar here. Probably have to chop out some sections of the door frame here just for that to clear. No big deal.
So this is our fuel tank breather hose currently. We thought this would be fine, right? All it has to do is allow the fuel tank to breathe. The more fuel you put in it, the more air it needs to get out of it. So we thought this was fine, right? Just put it up high, maybe over there, and it'll do its job correctly. If we go through some water, it won't suck it in, right? No, not at all. Our inspector came in and said, no, you need about 25 feet of hose because if we roll over, something needs to trap the fuel from coming out. And that's why we loop the heck out of this so that fuel can't go anywhere. And it'll still act as a breather hose. All right, for the finishing touch.
Oh, finito.
Now it breathes. A really long tube though, oh my goodness. You start here, you do a loop, you go around the tank, then you go up the bar, and then you make a U-turn, and then you come running all the way back down, you go back under the tank, then you come across, and then you loop to the finish. It's got a little pigtail now, look at that. A little dongle dangling there.
So I just got back from the parts store and I've got a limit strap here that we'll be using as a drive shaft hoop. This is basically so that it catches the drive shaft if it ever breaks or hits a rock or something. It'll act like a pole vault, stick into the ground, has the potential to jack up the entire rear. So this will catch it, just in case. Having a drive shaft hoop is actually pretty common in racing, but it's usually metal. And we've got one that's made out of a limit strap, a fabric strap. That's okayed by the rule book because there's so much movement in off-road stuff that this is totally fine. Conveniently enough, there's a metal bar that goes across. That's part of the frame itself. There's 2 holes there that I'm just simply gonna put a nut and bolt through and call it a day. Pretty happy about how easy that one is. The rest of the truck has been quite the challenge. That's it, it's good enough.
For safety via the rule book, we need a taillight harness. This is what came factory with the Ranger, and we figured instead of rebuilding it and wasting a bunch of time, we can use the factory one. That way, they can buy factory bulbs for it and replace them easier.
The reason we're doing this is so we are somewhat road compliant. We can go on the freeway and people will know when we're slowing down. People won't smash into the back of us when we're trying to make a turn or something like that. And we won't get pulled over by the cops.
That's it.
I think we still have the turn signal stock in the car as well. So this thing will have turn signals too, which is pretty sick. Look at this, just classic low team, Aaron wiring stuff, me standing here not offering any sort of real help. Oh, I saw a light. Dude.
Which filament is coming on in that one?
The bright one? I don't know, it's really bright, Aaron.
It is very bright. Well, come look in this one real close and see if it burns your retinas.
It's bright. It's also bright.
This isn't really the way you should be testing this.
When do we ever do it the way you should be doing something though?
I've made a career out of not following the rules at all.
You made a fine career for yourself, Aaron. Anthony Mackie, who personally vouched and demanded that Aaron drive for him. I'm not bullshitting you, it's real.
It feels really nice.
It's f***ing cool.
Yeah. If everything works correctly, when we give it ignition power, we should have a light right here for the taillights, and then when he hits the brake light will come on.
Okay, car's on. Ignition on.
Yes.
Now brake. On, off, on, off, still
on.
On.
What the Are you sure you're on the brake?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
No, the relay's not firing. I'm just so confused right now because I just tested it and it worked. Here, let me see it real quick. Well, I'm not gonna blame Nolan for this one because it's actually my fault. If you want your brake lights to work and you just got done wiring up a relay, it helps if you plug the relay in.
All right, let's try it again, dude.
Power, go ahead.
Ignition's on.
And the brake light.
Yeah. There it is. Oh my God, dude.
So with that, we are pretty much all teched up for Nora, theoretically.
Yeah.
Let's go. Next up on the list is just a couple little things to button it up. We're gonna put the seats back in, the fenders, so it looks good. Then, Barstow to go testing with King to get the shocks all dialed in, see if we can hit those whoops at full speed, and just have a good time with this truck that we spent over $100,000 in.
I mean, that's what it took.
Worth it?
Yeah, I would say so.
Let's see.
Out here in Barstow, California with King Shocks at their testing grounds. This is the Barstow racetrack and we're at the main straight. And we've got one goal for today, and that's to dial in the suspension on the Ranger. The plan is to take the truck as is, run up and down the straight through the whoops and see how it does. And then assess that and change it. King's out here with us. They're gonna take our shocks apart and revalve them to get them tuned just right for this truck and for these kind of conditions.
My name's Fabian.
My name is Michael Cox.
Been doing this for about 4 years now. Tested and tuned everything. Volkswagens, B2s, trophy trucks.
What even is tuning? What are you guys gonna do?
You're controlling the dampening force going through the shock absorber.
My way of like changing valving to let more or less fluid through so it moves quicker or slower.
Yes.
You want the car to stay level. Just imagine the roof of the truck. You want that to stay level with the horizon, right? And you want the wheels to fall out and move up and down. The flatter the truck stays, the better. And so that's the trick, is just slight tweaks to make the wheel fall out faster at the last third of the travel or the middle of the travel or vice versa. So
you want to find that fine line of nice and comfortable along with being able to smash whoops and go fast.
So, I guess what's the first step here?
We're in a low truck right now, a truck you might be familiar with.
Quite.
and we're basically gonna go scope out the whoops we're gonna be driving over today, just to kind of give ourselves a point of reference. This is a good truck.
It's a great truck.
It can do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But can it drive over 4-foot humps at 80 miles an hour? I doubt it. Let's find out.
Yeah, we're going about 25 miles an hour through here.
Which feels too quick in this truck.
Hey, that's pretty good. Oh, okay, now it's getting a little worse.
Man, these are the little ones, boys. Hold on. Okay, all right, sorry, boy. And I can't stress enough how slow we're going.
15 miles an hour?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We're going over these whoops. Dang near got whiplash. It's rough. And you think about trophy trucks, they're going over these at like 80 miles an hour, you know? It's
Guys,
crazy.
I don't know why we even built the Ranger. I think road trucks got it.
Yeah, you're good.
I'll tell you what my biggest concern is, and that's my spine.
For real though.
Yeah. Just after a few minutes in the Bronco, my back was hurting. I don't really have back problems, but those slams one after another, and then you're trying to brace for it, I'm a little concerned about doing this for hours on end. Now that we know how low truck handles these whoops, it's time to see how the Ranger handles this terrain in its current configuration, no tuning.
It's gonna be a fun day. So we're excited to watch you guys drive. So who's driving first?
Our race car guy.
It seems like the process is pretty simple. We're just gonna drive the truck as it is. They're gonna look at it. We're gonna get some footage so we can see it in slow motion. They'll review that footage and just get a sense of how the truck's acting. They'll make some changes that they think will make it act a little bit better, and then we'll drive it again. And then it'll probably need some more tweaks. They'll make some more tweaks. And then we'll just keep doing that until the truck is perfectly stable over these whoops.
I'll use the brake to set the front to gain some front bite, or even compress the shocks into the hole and then gas off.
Okay, I got you.
Don't be scared to ride the brake the entire time you're driving. You'll smoke a set of pads in a race.
Wow.
That's normal.
Yeah. Gotcha. Honestly, like a little nervous. Now everyone's watching and we're like really going for it now. So I'm gonna go out there, take it easy, and just build up from there. There's no need to show off or go crazy.
Hey, it's Justin here for some donut merch news. I'm here in our studio and apparently we've been hit with some severe winds. In extreme situations like this, or this, whew. Our new off-road windbreaker jacket will protect you from the elements because you never know what crazy shit Daddy Nature will throw at you. All right, I'm getting the out of here. That was crazy. I don't know what's going on.
You ready, Justin?
I'm ready, buddy.
Let's go.
Woo!
What do you notice so far?
Right now, it looks a little soft. Rear looks like it might pack a little bit. Backing up is when the wheels hang in too much, so we want to get them to come back out faster.
Woo! That was fun.
Woo-hoo!
That thing bucks like crazy though.
We had more air time than we did on the ground.
Yeah, that's for sure.
The front, the reservoir there has a knob on the top.
Yeah, so we have a compression adjuster. 3 to 5 clicks, you can feel the difference every time. We're gonna add a little compression in the front, a little bit in the rear, and maybe pull out a little rebound, get the wheels to fall out a little faster, get some more traction, and
keep those wheels on the ground at all times, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
So I've been picking the guys' brains about things outside of suspension because they have a lot of experience with this kind of racing. I just wanted to see what they thought of the truck overall and if there were any glaring issues that we needed to address. The first thing that Mike noted was that our fuel cell is way too small at, I think, 22 gallons.
Oh. That was exciting.
oh yeah.
And beyond that, our steering system, it's okay as long as we don't drive it too hard, which, you know, we might. We're gonna have to consider potentially upgrading the steering system.
So cool. Dude, when they, woo! Got some whiplash on that one, huh? You can hear him modulating the throttle a lot on that last pass. Nice
job, Adam.
The young Padawan is learning.
Yes.
Now that's cool.
That is so much better.
It looks good.
That feels so much better.
And you being in the power band probably helps card.
It does for sure. Because I was able to keep it semi-modulated. It'll kind of like float over it. But
Yeah.
if you get the timing wrong, it's over. Like it bucked pretty hard one at a time.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy what a couple clicks will do. I mean, it is immediately noticeable. It is far more landed and solid, and I'm sure it's only gonna get better.
Oh
but
yeah.
You were faster right away.
nervous that I was like, oh, maybe I won't feel it. But it's very obvious.
And that's just 2 turns.
Yeah, that's cool.
$1 million set of tools. That's all you need.
How fast do you think you were going?
The fastest we went was 75, 77.
That's pretty good.
That's money.
That's, yeah, that's pretty
On a
good.
leaf spring truck, that
leaf
is
spring,
rad.
Yeah.
Not too bad for a bunch of idiots putting something
Yeah,
together.
no, it's beautiful.
Should we pull the springs or shocks? Are you guys happy with
It
it?
looks good.
Good.
I might add a little bit more compression just to get the nose to pick up just a tiny bit,
Okay.
and then take it for another rip.
Try faster.
Okay.
He said faster?
He said faster, dude.
Oh boy. This is fun, this is fun, this is fun, this is fun.
Is it broken?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You pushed it to the very limit, brother.
This guy.
Yeah, I think it's bent.
It's cambered in.
So we made one last little tweak, and then Adam went out. And it was a good thing it was the last tweak.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we're going out again after that. It looks like he came down a little hard in the front, and that steering arm is now pretty severely bent. The tires are like this. Our concerns about the steering system were warranted.
Very much so.
Now we got to do something about it, but
Yeah.
boy, that thing takes those whoops nice.
If it's only one thing major
Yeah.
that we really need to, that's not bad.
Yeah. So I think today was a huge success.
Yeah.
We've got some things to do back at the shop, but the next time you see this truck, those things will be done, and we're going to be at the Nora 500, hopefully at the start line.
Bye, here we come.
And maybe eventually at the finish line.
Some champagne.
Yeah. Or some Baja
Or
Blast.
Baja Blast.
All right, boys. Good work.
Thank you all around. Thank
That's
you.
a wrap. Woo! Hey, I'll be right there. I just gotta whiz real quick. The hell is that? Oh, that's a guy. Holy crap, dude. Are you okay? Whoa.
Hey, need some water.
All right, yeah, I got just the thing for you. All right, here, drink this.
Okay.
What is that? Drink some more. It's cream. It's cream.
Why?
That's what I had in my truck. All right, here's electrolytes.
Oh my God.
There you go.
Bro, please.
Don't worry. It's just like my grandma used to give me.
Here's something to eat. Here you go.
Thank you for saving my life. Yeah, open up.
Lean energy. It might be a little dry, but it's exactly what your body needs. Okay.
Okay. Water, well.
You need to wash it down. Drink this. Drink this. Drink it. Drink it. Drink it. All right, you look like $1 million.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem, bro.
How am I ever gonna repay you?
Do you like cars?
Yeah.
Okay.
Get up.
God, you're heavier than I thought.